type www.scratch.mit.edu into the address bar of your browser application. This will open into the home page of the Scratch website. Click on the Join Scratch button. Make up a username which is not your real name and type it in the Create a Username box. Then create a password and you'll have to retype the password and then click Next. Next, select a gender and click Next. Next, really important, enter your school email address. Now your school email address is made up of your Glow login, so your GW number and then your surname and first name, and then at glow.sch.uk. Then click the Create Your Account button. It may take a moment or two for your account to be created by Scratch. Just be patient because eventually you will see the Welcome to Scratch message. Click on the Get Started button. Okay, so this is your user interface in Scratch and you can see your username at the top right hand corner. At the moment you have not linked your Scratch account to your school email account and that yellow bar is telling you to do that. So click on the yellow bar. Log into Glow and click on the email tile in your Launchpad. Then click into the inbox and you should see your Scratch email confirmation. So give it a click and over here it says Welcome to Scratch and it asks you to confirm your email address. Now you have to click this blue link underneath to do that, and when you do that it will send you a message. It will take you back to the Scratch website and it says all set to go, success, you've confirmed your email, so click on the button that says OK, let's go. This will take you back to the home page for Scratch. You can see here that you're still logged in and now we're all set, we're all linked up and we can start to explore Scratch. So the first thing you want to do really is learn how to use Scratch. And as you learn how to use it, you can go and look at other people's creations. Some of them are games, some of them are stories, and you might find something that you might like to make. So what we want to do is go into ideas, and this will take you to the Getting Started tutorial. So the first one you want to work on is Getting Started, and click this Try It button. And then after you've done that one, you can work through these activity guides. You can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And once you've worked through those, you should have a good idea about how to use Scratch. So let's look at this Try It. So click the button Try It. It will open up a new project for you. And what you're seeing here in this project, this is the user interface for Scratch for making your creations, your games. And it's split up into 1, 2, 3 columns. The column on the left hand side is where you'll find all the tools for editing your objects. The column on the right hand side at the top is split into 2 parts, the top part and the bottom part. The top part is called the stage, and at the moment there's 1 sprite. Here you are, see the word Sprite on the stage, and this sprite is called Sprite 1, and I can move that sprite about there. What you're going to do is you're going to work through these cards to explain how to do things. So you can watch a video. Now you see these wee circles here, that tells you that there's more pages in this tutorial, and you click this button to do it, it's going to take you through by showing you pictures, the things that you've just seen in the video. So it's asking you to go and get a move block, and the blocks are all colour coded, and the motion blocks are blue, and there's a move block. So bring out a move block onto this area here, which is your development area. So this is a code block, and you've just brought it out into the development area, and it's a code block for this sprite because it's highlighted in blue here as the active sprite. Right, so the next instruction is to say hello for 2 seconds, and you can see the colour of that is kind of purple. So you can look here and you can see that there's a purple one here called looks, and there's your say hello for 2 seconds. And see how when I drag that towards it, it clicks into place. And if I click on that and it goes yellow, look what happens in the stage here. My wee cat is moving. So it's moving 10 steps, then it's saying hello. Then it says click the green flag to start. Now up here is a green flag and a red circle to stop, and if we click it just now, nothing is happening because we need to add the block when the green flag is clicked. Do these steps. So at the moment, because that is not there, when we click the green flag, nothing is happening to our sprite. So you can see that's kind of orangey, and it's the first one. When green flag clicked, bring it out, pop it in at the top, and now when we click the green flag here at the top of the stage, the go flag, when you click it, your wee cat is going to work through the code until the code blocks end. So when the code blocks are active, they're yellow round the outside of them, and when they're not being processed, they're not yellow. Right, we've got one more to do here. More things to try. Add a backdrop, add a sprite. Now we can click on this to add a backdrop, and it's going to tell us how to do that now. So we can watch, you can see there's 3 cards. The first card is the video, so click the video and watch it. Okay, like these videos, and then click the plus arrow, and it's telling you to add a backdrop. Now, it will take you a wee minute to get used to this interface. So down here in the bottom right hand corner, there's 2 buttons. Now you don't click the buttons, you hover over them. So there's a button for this area, which is the sprite area, and there's a button for this wee thin area called the stage. Now if you can't see that stage, you might have to drag out your window a wee bit. So if we come down to this button, you can see when we hover over it, it says choose a backdrop, and you can either surprise yourself with one, you can upload one from your own computer, a picture that you've already created, you can paint a picture, or you can choose a backdrop. So we're going to go into the choose a backdrop, and this brings up the backdrop library, and you can see that there's all sorts of different categories of backdrops. At the moment all is orange, which means we're seeing all of them. So if we want to go to space, we click space, and here are all the backdrops to do with space. So we'll click spaceship, and now our stage has a backdrop. And let's click another one. So we'll hover over again and do search, click on space, and this time we'll do spaceship. And now it's changed to spaceship, but we've added 2 backdrops. So where are these backdrops? Well, if we click into the stage to highlight it, so this needs to go blue, right? So the sprite is not highlighted blue anymore, it's the stage that's highlighted blue. And then if you come over here to the left hand side, you can see there is a tab for backdrop. We are in the code tab, but we want to swap it out for backdrop. And now you can see the two backdrops. If I just move this card out the way, you can see the two backdrops that you have just brought in. And then even although you've just brought them in, you can change the colours of them. You could change, maybe you didn't want this to be that colour, maybe you want it to be purple. You could take your fill bucket and fill that wee bit in purple. So even although you can take it out of the library, you can personalise it and make it your own. Say you don't want yellow stars, say you want, I don't know, blue stars. And then you've still got your fill bucket tool. You can click in and make your stars blue. Fabulous. Right, and you can choose which backdrop you want to have appear. Now if we click our green flag, let's move our character down onto the stage, onto this new planet. If we click our green flag, he's still saying hello and moving steps. And if you keep doing it, clicking, he's going to do it till he gets to the end of the stage. And now he's hanging off the edge of the stage, so you're going to have to go and get him and bring him back. And you can do it again. Right, we've got one more circle here, so click here. And we can change the size. And can you see how you can keep going and keep learning new things? Now if you want to see more tutorials, you can click this button here for tutorials, but you can also click it up here. So let's see what the difference is. It takes you to your tutorials. And if we come back, if we click tutorials from up here just to see what the difference is, you can see it takes you to the same page. Now, at the beginning of this, we said click Scratch, back to the Scratch home. Yep, you want to leave that. And we started off in this ideas, so we're back at the home page for your Scratch. And now we'll click into ideas, and this brings you back to where we started. And we started with this getting started tutorial, and look underneath. Here's lots of different guides to help you. So you can make a game. You can make your name. Let's start with that one. Make your name. Try the tutorial. And you can see you get your cards for your tutorial. It starts with a video and you can work your way through. So from this you should be able to navigate back and forward. So right now we're in our create space and we're watching a tutorial. When you've finished your tutorial, you can either go back to tutorials and choose another one, or go to your home page, click the Scratch logo to go back to the Scratch home page, and it will take you back here. And you can click in ideas and just stick to these ones and go through them just now. You choose which ones, but if you click down here, see all tutorials, it will take you back to that area. So it's up to you which tutorials you want to do after you've got the getting started one. Now, once you've completed a tutorial, let's say we've got this wee guy, the Scratch guy. Let's change his name to Bob. And Bob, I want to change the colour of Bob, so I've got him highlighted. And instead of changing his code just now, I want to change his costume. So I want to change his colour. I want him to be purple. I want Bob to have a purple head. And I want him to have wee pink arms. And I want him to have a green tail. So let's change his other costume to be the same. So he's got a green tail, red arms, and a purple head. So that should look similar. Yep, it does. Right, now we're going to code him. So we'll go to the code tab up here. We want the event when green flag clicked. And then in motion, we want to bring out move 10 steps, click it in, and then in looks, instead of saying hello, let's say something French today, bonjour. And we'll say that for, instead of 2 seconds, we'll say that for 3 seconds. So let's try it out. Alright, but see how, so he's saying bonjour, he's moving along, but you see how his legs are not moving? It's as if he's not actually, it's as if he's just floating instead of walking. So to make that happen, we could go to the controls. Let's see if we can get him to flip legs. So he's moving 10 steps, and every time he moves a step, his leg should move, shouldn't it? So if we bring that out, and we change that to 1 step, and every time he moves a step, right, we want his leg to change. So we'll go into looks, and we can do this thing, switch costume, and we want it to happen 10 times. So we'll repeat it 10 times. So you can see I've put this code inside. See how this orange one is surrounding? So this will happen 10 times. And after he's moved, he'll then say bonjour. So let's bring him back and see what happens this time. Bonjour. Bonjour. Now, that's a wee mistake there. Let's bring that out and change that to switch next costume. He's too fast. He's running a marathon. Do you see that? His wheel legs are going crazy. So what we need to do is slow him down. So we need a wait. Let's see, that will be a control, I think. Wait for 1 second. Now we don't want him to wait for 1 second. Let's see what happens. 1 second, 1 second. Right, so he's moving too slow now. So what we'll do is press stop there. We'll say what's quicker than 1 second, maybe half a second. So that will be 0.5. Right, let's play it now. That's a bit better. Still a bit too slow. So what's faster than 0.5? What's half of 0.5? 0.25, a quarter. Let's run that. That's a bit better. I'm happy with that. Good. So that'll get you started. Now that you've made a game, I'm going to put a backdrop in here. So we'll go down and to the backdrops, and I'm going to search for one. Back into space because I liked this one. So there he is. Let's play it. Bonjour. I want to save this game because I've put a lot of work into it and I want it to go into my stuff. So how to do that is, see where it says up here, Untitled. Now, this one says Untitled 3, but yours might just say Untitled 1. It doesn't matter. Just click into it. And I'm going to call this Space Bob. And then hit enter. And Space Bob should be saved. And if I go into this here, see on this right hand side, there's a folder here called My Stuff. If I click it, it's going to ask you leave site, and if you click leave, you're going to leave this area here. So let's do that, and you can see Space Bob was the last game that I created. Now here is your My Stuff. So this is your My Stuff. And if you want to create a game, you click on the Create tab. and that will bring you up to a blank user interface for creating. And if you want to follow a tutorial, you click on tutorials and then choose, do you want to do something about art, something about music? Do you want to learn how to make a game? Do you like making stories? There's lots of different things you can do. You choose. But make sure you save them when you're finished in your My Stuff folder.